Hello everybody, so welcome to my review of One Piece Chapter 1020 and the title Black Maria vs Nico Robin, one of my personal anticipated chapters coming into another installment of the Toby Robo vs the Straw Hats. It was the only one left, so it made sense. We go back to Robin versus Black Maria 15 chapters after this initially started back in chapter 1005. We finally get some interaction, but first off we'll start off with the cover page and we have a scabbard in the form of Denjiro who's nibbling on his own hair, dreaming that he's eating a fried shrimp, which I think is foreshadowing considering what we got with Robin versus Black Maria. Kind of makes me wonder who Denjiro is going to be paired up with, who he's going to fight, because we just seen him reunite with the rest of the scabbards back in the anime. We start off the chapter at the top of the Skull Dome with Yamato versus hybrid form Kaido, and we still don't know if she's in a hybrid form yet, but we do know we got two interesting points. We find out what the name of the devil fruit that Kaido gave to Yamato was, and we find out it's a mythical Zoan type devil fruit, which I think was kind of obvious, but now we just get clarification. Kaido said it was incredibly valuable. It was a mistake to let a wannabe like you eat it. According to Kaido, the Makami is Wano's guardian deity. It was your job to protect Wano, but Yamato throws that back at Kaido's like, no, like hell it is. So again, Kaido, he wants Yamato to become the Shogun, so is that a way of nerfing Kaido, not killing Yamato? But either way, Yamato's holding their own, and it's still, I guess, I said it in the last review and I'm going to say it again, it's still impressive regardless of what you think about Kaido holding it back on that. So she fires at Namaji Higura. Divine Glacial Fang, which is a pretty cool name. It's a mouth blast kind of similar to Kaido. Kaido fires back, and we go to the banquet hall on the third floor. Automatically, you see there's danger looming because the banquet hall is on flames, is on fire. So now it's spread up to the third floor. So now it just makes sense. And we actually start off the chapter with an illusionary trick by Black Maria to try and manipulate Robin. We see some familiar faces. And the moment I saw this, I have to be honest, it kind of reminded me. You remember the scene in I think it was a film where we got the Straw Hats. I find it very interesting because they see each of the most important figures to them. Like most of the Straw Hats, with the exception of Robin, Brook, Frankie, and Jinbei were a part of the crew at that point. But I think it was just a filler episode. But if you remember, they saw important people to the past. Robin got left out because we didn't know anything about Robin at that point. After that, the very next arc, we started learning more about Robin. So I find that very interesting. We get something similar in this chapter to start off this fight. Or to start off the next interaction between Black Maria and Nico Robin, which I'll explain in detail more. It looks like Robin's falling for it, but she actually turns it around. But I like, number one, is it adds more layers to her character because obviously she wants to see these characters again, and Robin begins to tear up too, so that again adds more elements to a character once this is all said and done. And Brook is like, don't get swayed. Then Robin turns it around. I know it's a shame, but Tresmana, she uses Mifleur, takes all three figures out, and we find out it's obviously three subordinates that are actually assuming those identities to try and manipulate Robin. So obviously Black Maria's spell not working, and the moment Brooke says, you could have given me a warning before then, and Robin's like, how dare they mess with someone's memories like that. So again, pushing Robin's buttons. I said this from the start, Black Maria is the perfect candidate to go up against Robin, to push her. You got the subordinates to follow after her, so Kun Nora Ona, and I actually think it's interesting because one of them gets revealed as one of the numbers, so that may have been explained before, but I don't recall it. So Tenjiro Kodari also follows. They get chase to Brooklyn and Robin. Obviously, the problem is not only is Black Maria chasing after them, and according to Robin, Brook wasn't affected either, and it's because Brook was by himself in the midst of for like 50 years. I dreamt of my friends surviving. It always hurt. When I imagine their faces. So, and Robin says we're two peas in a pod. So Black Maria tries to swing in a stamp, and actually, if you notice there's flames coming from it. So the human-faced dog stamp starting the fire. So that may not be the fire that Orochi started, but considering it's already a fire, that's not really good. And we actually get to see the top half of Black Maria, which I'm not complaining about, because since she revealed her tattoo the last time we saw her, so Black Maria's starting to pull out tricks in the bag, which is cool because we still haven't seen her hybrid form yet. I don't think. We definitely haven't seen a zone form. So Robin actually puts out, ironically, a spider net to get away from Mari and grabs Brooke to get away from the fire. She's like, you're going to burn this whole castle down. And Black Mari is, all she's interested is, like, you should let me catch you then if that's the case, Robin. And then Brooke actually steps in and actually uses Cold Soul Freezing to like put a stop to the fire. And then Black Mari tries to take a swing with a stamp, and then Robin and Brooke avoid it. And then she tries to play the mind games again. She must know deep down your friends will betray you. Blackleg called you out and called you right to me. Brooke ends up putting Iceberg to take care of the rest of the flames. And she's like, big shots from all over the world are after you. You're nothing but a burden to the crew. She appreciates what people believing in her. This is where it triggers Robin's like, okay, so leave it to me. And I like how Robin doesn't have to say a word. And Brooke's like, I assume you want me to take it from here. And then Robin's like, thanks, I appreciate it. Brooke is dealing with the subordinates of Black Maria, which is a scenario I call for literally in that review. We finally get there. Brooke taking care of the underlings under Black Maria. That's cool. And that means Robin versus Black Maria 1v1 can officially start now. And then Robin's like, you'll never understand just how much it means for him to rely on me. He's one of the wings that allow the Pirate King to soar. So I like that. And then Robin uses Gigantic Floor. And then for the first time, I think this is the first time we're seeing this, she uses the upper half, which is pretty cool. We want to see Robin do something new, so I think this is new. Either way, it's kind of ironic considering Gigantic Floor and Black Maria the size of her. So yeah, now we can begin. But it does cut away to Tokage Port, which I think is interesting. Which is exactly the place that was supposed to start, the raid in Onigashima, which Orochi anticipated those plans thanks to Konjuro, so poetic. But 2 points I want to bring up about this Robin vs. Black Maria. Number one, okay, yes, you can argue like the whole action was starting with the illusion that was already taking place. But here's the thing, Brooke and Robin were avoiding Black Maria, and not once did Robin attack Black Maria during that point. Brooke was the one that took care of the fire, and he's taking care of the subordinates. So we still haven't got some physicality between Robin and Black Maria 1v1. Now it kind of like, now we get there. Because Brooke is taking care of the subordinates, while Robin is left to Black Maria. So still, I know this might go under the radar, but Oda did that intentionally because we still haven't got some physicality between the two since chapter 1005. I'm bringing that point up very clearly. I think it's going to be important because it could be a case, oh, like Oda's going to just like cut back and forth. It could be a case of that being the case, but I think he's going to show a lot more than we realise. We could actually go back to it the very next chapter, and we could get a whole chapter focused on that. Kind of like what we had with Jinbei and Frankie versus their opponents. The fact that Black Maria was looking to push Robin's buttons by, first off, using illusions with, obviously, Soul, Clover, and obviously Nico Olivier, her mother. That obviously pushed the button in Robin, and in my opinion, triggered Robin's like, okay, let me take care of this. It's personal now. It was personal before with what she already did to Sanji, but now, okay, she's pushing the buttons even further. The more she does that, she's going to push Robin to get serious and bring out something new. People say she was going to use Armament Hockey for the first time. Maybe. I just want to see her in a full-fledged fight where she gets some spotlight and she's pushed by Black Maria. So hopefully we also get to see what Black Maria can do. With that stamp, it looks like for all intents and purposes, though, if you look carefully, the fire on that floor is taken care of. So I was going to say, you could have added level of severity. Can Robin take out Black Maria before the place burns down? It looks like the fire's been taken care of thanks to Brooke. And so now, again, we could have a Tokage Port. Luffy is awake again, obviously, and now we learn that Shinobu and Momonosuke are also with them, conveniently, which I'll get into in a minute. But Luffy is screaming for more meat. They're obviously Luffy cleaned them out by eating everything that was on the submarine. So obviously he's going to need more meat before he goes back into his fight with Kaido, because you see Luffy's facial expressions. He looks kind of gassed out. And he could be out of hockey, so that could mean a couple of things. So it could be a case of where Momonosuke is like tearing up because of obviously Okiku and Kinemon that right in front of me. He doesn't actually say it, but this, and Luffy, because Luffy's like, this isn't the time. Luffy's the one. This isn't the time you charge in. You can cry when it's over. We still got blow Kaido away. So it looks like we find out that Shinobu, when she actually, I guess, decayed the floor and got away from Kaido, she used the kite to get Momonosuke down to the ground to conveniently be with Luffy. And I say that because it's kind of obvious where we're going to go from here. And the more I think about it, it just makes more sense for Momonosuke to be the one to lift Luffy up to the top, back into the top of the Skull Dome. And the thing about it is, like, when Momonosuke is like, he's trying to imply that something bad is happening to Kinemon and Okiku, he doesn't actually officially say dead. I think Luffy kind of already figures. But look at Luffy's expression. He's not mad. He's not furious about this. Kind of like he was the whole thing with Tama. It's kind of interesting. I think once he'd learned that, he's going to flip a lid and he's going to go raging over Kaido. Even though he's exhausted, he's very calm about this. So that's a good thing. And keep in mind, Yamato's keeping Kaido at bay. So I just want to point that. Also, a strange little scene, which I almost forgot about, but we also see Caribou, who's eavesdropping in. And we see Luffy saying, I just need more meat. I think Caribou is probably going to bring him more meat, so Luffy's probably going to get a meat power up again. And I think Caribou has to help out because he will never leave Wano if he doesn't. So, and we actually get more clarification, like, Momo, you're going to take me up there to finish this. I need you to transform into a dragon and fly. Kind of like how Momonosuke and Luffy met for the first time, and back at Punk Hazard, and Momonosuke, in order to get Luffy out to be sent down underground by Monet, it was Momonosuke in his dragon form that sent Luffy back up and out of there. So now it comes full circle. Momonosuke is going to have to get over his feet. I said this in the last chapter, that was probably what was going to happen. It just makes more sense, because why would Luffy go back into the Flower Capital just to have less time to deal with Kaido before Onigashima drops? It makes no sense. Yeah, this is a scenario that actually makes more sense. They have not arrived at the Flower Capital yet, but I feel by the time the fight is over, obviously the citizens of the Flower Capital that's celebrating the Fire Festival, keep in mind that's still going on, are going to witness the downfall of Kaido and Orochi in one fell swoop. We still don't know what's going to happen with Orochi. I doubt he's still dead. Ultimately, I got we got what we wanted. Black Mario versus Robin, finally 1v1 scenario can finally start and begin. Hopefully Oda shows us more in the next chapter, but at the very least, I think Oda's going to show us more if he cuts away, just because of the way he's been handling this so far. It's been pretty much on point so far, the way he's handled this, and the fact that he's added a more emotional element to this fight makes it even that much more sweeter when Robin actually overcomes Black Mario. And I'm going to predict something right now. Robin is severely underestimated because of obviously the Monster Trio and plus Jinbei. I think Nico Robin's going to prove a lot of things with the power scaling of how strong she is and what she's learned, because we still haven't seen that, what she learned from her time with the Revolutionary Army. This could be the fight where we learn that and pushes her to use some new tricks, which I hope. It looks like she already did with the gigantic floor of the upper body, like I said. Let me know in the comments if that's a new version, by the way. The most important thing is the fact that he has an emotional element to this fight. It has more meaning when Robin overcomes Black Mario. Plus, Robin's going to prove a lot in this fight. I hope so. So we'll have to wait to see where this goes. I can't wait to see what's next between these two. Hopefully we'll find out in the next chapter. But let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like the review if you did. I appreciate that. Subscribe to for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.